Are we good?
I don't know. I'm, I'm
We
scared
good?
to
We
ask
good?
you.
We're good.
We refreshed the
Sounds like we're
page. Are we
good.
good?
Are we good?
Are they saying we're good? Okay.
We're
Can you
good.
guys hear
Okay.
us?
Okay. I guess we're good. All
Okay.
right. Well,
Perfect.
let's start this
Perfect.
over
Perfect.
again. Welcome back to
Yeah.
episode 359 of the Purple Rain podcast. It is Bengals week for the second time in 3 weeks. Over here, you can see Mr. Sutton Def. You can follow him on Instagram or on X at Sutton Def. Me, Instagram, simply as10.prod, X, simply as10. And I'm not going to mince any more words. You know where to follow us. You can hear us again, so that's good. Like I said, it's Bengals week. How are you feeling, Sutton? It's do or die kind of right now. Every game matters. 4 games left to save the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, like the thumbnail says, it's now or never for this team. Like, you have to go ahead and win this game if you want really any hope. I know the Ravens are still in control of their own destiny, but much like the beginning of this episode, there's been a whole lot of technical difficulties along the way. And like Cincinnati the Thanksgiving game comes to mind for me. All of the miscues and things like that. What was it, like 5 turnovers? I don't have a whole lot of confidence, I'll say that, going into this upcoming week, just based off of how this team has performed in the last month. In fact, the Ravens have not scored 30 points since the Chicago Bears game, and Lamar Jackson didn't even start in that game. So we are really sputtering, especially on offense. The defense, I feel like, is holding its own, but we're here to get into all of that here on this episode of the show. Appreciate all of you guys for coming through. As always, thank you guys for getting us through those technical difficulties, helping us out. You know, we appreciate that from the Rain Gang. Lisa Ann in the house says sounding better. Appreciate you, Lisa, for coming through. Go Man in the house. Tila, one of our members here, and now a moderator in the chat. So make sure you hold it down in there, Tila. Moggs is in here as well. What's going on, Moggs? King Blaze, what's up? Sip to Tally Films. What's up, Coach? What up, Coach? D-Wiz in the house. What's up, D-Wiz? JD13. We got 86 Ghost, another one of our members here. What's going on, 86 Ghost? Monty is in the building. Yeah, I mean, Rain Gang is in full effect. Rain Gang in full effect tonight. So we got a jam-packed episode to get into. I mean, lots of news, lots of stories. But we're gonna start with the news that broke this morning. What up, Zeke? I see you in the chat. We're gonna start with the news that broke this morning. Uh-oh. First, we got a super chat donation. Before we even get to that, we got a super chat donation. Let me see. Can we get a Joe Harb's Mystical Stutter remix? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what this means. Joe Harb's Mystical Stutter remix? Am I missing something?
I'm stumped.
I think I'm stumped too. I'm missing something, man.
I'm missing
something, Ghost. Give me some clarity. Give me some context, man. But thank you so much for your super chat donation, brother. We appreciate you. Let me see. Mog says, which Lisa Ann? The Lisa Frankel in our chat.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you guys know. You guys know what it is.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Family friendly for the most part.
Really?
Sickening. You disgust me. You disgust me. Much like the Ravens offensive line, you disgust me.
Yeah. But like I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into this Travis Jones extension, right? This has been something that has been the biggest news, I'd say, this week. Last week, as we know, the Ravens decided to go ahead and sign Mark Andrews to a 3-year extension. And now they go ahead and they get Travis Jones out of the way. He will be with the Ravens for the next 3 years through the 2028 season. It's a 3-year deal for, I believe, like 40-something million? I want to say it was 40-something million and 25 guaranteed. I know it's 25 guaranteed, but I think it's 40 over 3 years. So you guys can see here on the screen, the question that was posed from me to Alex before we went live is, when you look at these names here, because these are all the names that are pending free agents after the season. They're on expiring contracts. If we go through them really quick, after the Travis Jones and Mark Andrews signings, you got Tyler Linderbaum, Isaiah Likely, Alohi Gilman, Kyle Van Noy, Daniel Faalele, and Patrick Ricard. Now, what we're going to do, and this is a question for the chat, for the hashtag replay gang, I want you to put it down below in the comments if you're not watching this live. If you had to keep 3 and cut 3 out of these 6 guys going into next season, you know the Ravens, the cap is going to be very, very tight, especially dealing with Lamar Jackson's contract scenario, all that stuff. So, Alex, I'm going to go to you first on this one. If you had to keep 3 of these guys and cut 3 of these guys, who you keeping, who you're cutting, and why?
I want to keep Linderbaum. Uh, that's your center. That's the guy snapping the ball to Lamar. I think they have really good chemistry together. That's kind of me, pretty simple. I'm gonna keep likely. I'm hoping I can keep him. Praying I can keep him. But I understand if he goes, it's business. I understand. He deserves his money. I'm not mad at that. I'm keeping Ricard. Um, I for one will hold my hand up and say I underestimated it. I undervalued. I just maybe underrated Patrick Ricard in this offense, to be honest, because I didn't think he was that important until we didn't have him. You never know what you have till it's gone, and I didn't know we had till it was
Yeah.
gone with Patrick Ricard. The other three, Alohi Gilman, I appreciate what you did or what you have done, but you have been missing some tackles. Some of the angles you take aren't the best. Mr. Van Noy, I appreciate your time as a Baltimore Raven, but Father Time does catch up, and you know you got the podcast going on with the misses. You can spend more time, focusing on that. I think you'll be great in the media, like a Mark Ingram and Mr. Falele.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So those are three I would extend, and three I would let go.
You know what? Oh, wait. Go through them. Give me the ones you keep
So
one more time. My bad.
Linderbaum, likely Ricard, keeping those three.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And then Gilman, of course, with Ardarius, you can kind of expendable there. Calvin Noy expiring, Daniel Falele, like you said, really no comment. So I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. And I agree. Pat Ricard, man, he is one of those guys who were like, you don't feel his presence until he's not there. A lot of plays, Pat Ricard really opens up a lane, really catches picks up the blitz really well so Lamar Jackson can get a throw off. All sorts of stuff that Patrick Ricard does that really doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So I totally agree with keeping him in the fold. And Isaiah Likely too. I mean, you need a playmaking tight end. Somebody said, I think I saw a TikTok the other day from a non-Ravens fan, and they were saying how Isaiah Likely is like allergic to the end zone, right? Because of all the times where the Kansas City, the foot out of bounds or the toe out of bounds. Of course, there was this past week in Pittsburgh or against Pittsburgh, the touchdown that was overturned, and then the Thanksgiving Day, where he fumbles and gets the touchback. So he was saying that like basically like he's allergic to the end zone. And I was thinking to myself like he's probably one of the only Ravens that can threaten the end zone from anywhere on the field. Like when you really think about it, I don't see a Zay Flowers being able to take the top off of defenses and score touchdowns. Mark Andrews has been pretty inconsistent with it. His hands have been inconsistent. We just don't go to D Hop, like period. Like he gets
Man.
maybe like 2 looks per game. But Isaiah Likely these past couple of weeks, I really think he's been coming on strong and really proving himself as the tight end one on this team. Despite paying Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely looks like that guy. So I would definitely want to bring him back and Tyler Linderbaum just to have some continuity on the offensive line. I think will be important. Um, but yeah, get the guards out. Get Falele out of here. Voorhees, I don't know what you want to do with him. He's still on a rookie contract, but you might want to move him too. But yeah, I pretty much agree with you there. I agree with you there.
And to add on to your point, too, likely he's probably arguably one of our only playoff risers on the offense. When the playoffs comes around, he
Yes.
steps his game up. Uh, who else on the offense? Can you say that about? You know, you
Yeah.
can. So I think that for me will play a part in signing him. That's why a lot of fans had gripes with re-signing Mark Andrews. And guess what? I get it. I get it because it's all well and good in the regular season, but in the playoffs, that's when the real money's made. So I think not to go too much into Travis Jones, I'm really happy that we did extend him because there is a huge question mark now with Justin. Well, Namdi Madubuike. Um, you saw Harbaugh still non-committal about talking about it. Um,
Right.
it's not looking the best. So right now, I was pretty shocked we got this done in December. I thought he was going to test the market because recently, man, nose tackles and quality nose tackles have been getting paid pretty handsome amount. So seeing we got him locked him up, one of the few things I can be happy about as a Ravens fan right now. That was a great deal of business. He'll be in
Yeah.
purple and black for 3 more years. I love it. We do the like it, love it, hate it. I love it. Just to
Yeah.
say,
I love it too. And you mentioned Namdi Madubuike. I'm glad you brought that up. Namdi and Travis Jones were kind of like Batman and Robin on the interior of that D line for a while, and you could kind of see them kind of playing off of each other. And when they were on the field together, they were really dominant. So the fact that Nnamdi Madubuike is not only out for the season, but of course we're speculating that he's probably going to be done playing football forever. That's huge, right? And I think that getting Travis Jones his Robin, so to say, right? Not an old guy. It's going to take a young stud, right? I mean, you're going to have to draft very, very well to put somebody next to him in order as somebody who can stop the run, but also threaten as a pass rusher as well. I don't think that they look at Aeneas Peebles as that guy because he's not a good run stuffer. He's mainly just a better interior penetrator, so he can get to the quarterback a little bit more. But that's why I say, yeah, go in the draft and put your money where your mouth is and shore up these trenches. I mean, that goes for offensive line and defensive line. So, but I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. So let's go ahead and move on here. Shout out to Travis Jones. Said he wants to
Yes.
buy his mom a house.
There you
You know,
go.
he'll definitely be able to do that now. He'll definitely be able to do that. So shout out to Travis Jones. Definitely one of our favorite players here. Um, Next up, and we're just gonna kind of go through a couple more pieces of, I guess you could say, AFC North news. There was some news that came out of Pittsburgh
Mm,
earlier today. Very, very unexpected, very, very weird, offbeat, but it was about TJ Watt,
mhm.
and let me actually bring it up on screen here for you guys so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Concerning.
TJ Watt, it's very concerning. What did you hear while I bring it up on screen?
Yeah. So, you know, the Steelers released a statement that yesterday in practice, I mean, TJ Watt was taken to the hospital, I believe, with his lung, I want to say. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said it was a lung.
And, his status from Monday night against the Dolphins is in doubt. You know, it's one of the things right now that it happens and you kind of don't expect it to happen, especially somebody like him. So I hope he's good. He looked completely fine on Sunday. Terrorizing the Ravens backfield, looked like the TJ Watt that we all know and we fear. 2 times a year, sometimes three when we play him. And here you go. Um,
Yeah.
from the Steelers spokesman, TJ Watt is currently in a local hospital for further medical evaluation of his lung after experiencing discomfort at the practice facility on Wednesday. He will not be at practice on Thursday, and his status from Monday night's game versus Miami is in question. Coach Tomlin will provide more updates at the appropriate time. So yeah, unexpected, kind of just out of nowhere. Uh, I don't even know. I hope he's good. I'm praying for him, and
Yeah.
you know, I I hope to see him out on there on Monday. That means it's not serious, but right now it's not looking the best.
Yeah, TJ Watt, of course, still one of the better pass rushers in the National Football League. This is a huge blow to the Steelers right now. I mean, I know he hasn't been absolutely dominating all year, even though I think he's got one of the highest chip block rates as well. I mean, so their teams are doing everything they can to keep TJ Watt out of the game, but he's still impactful in different ways and stopping the run, things like that. Almost had a sack on Lamar Jackson last week. But yeah, this is a huge blow to the Steelers, who are really, really trying to uh, lock up that division. They beat Baltimore last week, and they have Miami, who is not a pushover at this point in the season. It's going to be tough to beat those guys. They like to get the ball out quick. Having a TJ Watt definitely would have helped. So it's going to be up to guys like Highsmith and Herbig to really get after the passer and finish out the season strong. If this thing with TJ Watt is more serious than they're letting on right here, which it kind of sounds like. I mean, the guy's in the hospital for his lung. I mean, you know how important your lungs are playing football. I mean, like, just it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, the amount of stress, again, that's put on the body while playing this game, and it shows up just like pretty much anywhere, like at random times, which is why, you know, got to give it to God, man. Like we always say, call God, man.
Yeah.
Calling God for TJ Watt, man. I know he's a rival, but still, man, you never want to hear anything like that. You never want to hear anything like that. But let's move along here around the AFC North again. So let's talk about Joe Burrow,
Mm,
right?
okay.
Mr. Joe Burrow, who has played 2 games since coming back from the turf toe I word. He went in an interview yesterday. Well, in the 2 games, he played well against us, put up 30 against the Bills as well. They're averaging 33 points per game since he's been back. But yesterday, at an interview, I guess it was his birthday. and somebody asked him about, like how he looks at his career or whatever, and he has some very interesting things to say. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what Joe Burrow had to say.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table.
Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it seemed frustrating.
There's just a lot of things going on right now.
Football related, personally?
All the above. Like you said, there's nothing. All we can do is focus week to week and try to win games. I don't think anybody's really thinking about the playoffs right now. That's within reach, but on our fingertips. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing and try to get better.
You're muted. You're muted.
Oh yeah, interesting stuff. I was just saying, interesting. What did you make of all the stuff that Joe Burrow was saying?
They said, is it football? Is it off the field? All of the above. That's what caught my eye. And this guy, man, I don't want to say I'm looking at another Andrew Luck, but I could definitely see it. An unexpected retirement. Guys, had his hours in his short career, successful for the most part. Not his fault. The defense is ass, to be nice, but you're supposed to be having fun, man. Like, this is the youngest you'll ever be, making all this money, playing with a guy you went to college with in Jamar Chase. Got a great group around you, and to hear him talking like that, it's definitely worrying. Like, I guess they say money can't buy. I don't know, money can't buy happiness, but he don't look too happy. He don't sound too happy. He just looks like just empty inside, if I could really describe it. Like, just deep his eyes right there. There ain't much in there right now. So don't know what he's dealing with, but that definitely is worrying. If I'm a Bengals fan, then honestly, as a human, man, like whatever he's dealing with inside, man, I hope he can get over it.
Yeah, man. I mean, AFC North going through it this week, ain't they? It's crazy. But I mean, this is giving Andrew Luck to
Yeah.
me. It is giving like, I mean, because you don't, if you're a fierce competitor, you don't sit up there kind of like slouched back with the body. Look at his body language. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you said, with the eyes. I mean, you don't slouch back and say like, yeah, if I want to continue doing this, then I got to start playing, having fun with it. Nobody forced him to say that. And so, and I heard a crazy stat earlier today. I mean, I think he started like 80 games even, and he's been sacked like over 270 something times, and he's dealing with this turf toe that I'm sure is still very painful, you know. Came back and tried to save the season, comes up short against Buffalo last week. I'm pretty sure if they beat Buffalo last week, he's not singing the same tune this week. I think that since the season is pretty much over for them, pretty much cooked. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated yet, but like pretty much they are, I want to say, So I think that's where he's at. He's already kind of looking forward to the offseason. He's going to have to rehab that toe some more, I'm sure. And maybe he is looking towards the next chapter of his life. He's made his money. He's been to a Super Bowl, never really reached the highest high of actually winning the Super Bowl, but you never know with a guy like that. And he said himself, like, he's been going through a lot. And the reporter asked him, like, well, is it on the football field, like, or is it personal? He said a little bit of both. So you know what that tells me? Number one, I'm hurt. I'm really hurt, and I keep getting hurt. I don't want to keep getting hurt, but and then also in his personal life, we don't know what's going on. But it's not a good combination. Eli with the super chat donation, appreciate you, Eli. Eli says we're not falling for the Burrow bait. Hit his ass on Sunday, or else he'll throw for 500 on us.
That's true.
That is true.
That is true.
It could be a little bit of smoke and mirrors here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you bring up, man, he's been sacked a lot. I hope we add on to it come Sunday. I hope we add 5 or 6 more sacks on it. That would be nice. But talking about that, like, I don't think he would request a trade, or maybe he could, but if he were to go somewhere else, I think they're probably making the conference championship first year, depending on the team.
Yeah,
and with how good he is, and if you can put at least average defense, and he's not gonna have the offense he has now, but it'll be still a good offense and an average defense, so they'll win a lot of games. So I just he just looks empty, man. That's all I can really say. But come those 3-4 hours, let's end their season for good. Let's really end it, and then I can feel bad for him after that. But come Sunday at 1 o'clock to like 4:30, yeah, I just need purple and black just sacked on every play.
Yeah, I need to see that jersey really dirty. I mean, we
Yeah,
let Aaron Rodgers walk out of the stadium with
yeah,
not a whole lot on him. You know what I mean? If anything, I don't even think we got a sack on Aaron Rodgers last
no,
week. Almost did. Mike Green almost did, but golly, man, that still pisses me off to this day. And I know Dr. Rush, for what it's
mm,
worth, had to have like gotten on his ass after that. Like, you really let that happen. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm done talking about last week. I'm done talking about last week. But appreciate the super chat donation, Eli. Rome Raven in the chat says, I mean, it's at least partially his fault for telling his team to re-sign both Chase and Higgins. What did he think would happen with that much money going to the offense? That's a good
yeah,
point.
good
That's a
point.
good point. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the famous meme about, oh, would you take Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase? You know what I mean? And like,
Yep,
you can't get the ball to Jamar Chase unless you have good linemen to block for you. And that's just been something that Burrow's really never had. You know, on top of his defense always being next to dog shit, it's been unfortunate. And like, and from a competitor standpoint, you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but you just don't have the team around you. You don't even have hardly the coach in the front office, right, to really make some of these cutthroat moves that it takes that separates average teams from great teams.
yeah.
So I could totally understand if you wanted to maybe move on. I mean, he could get into like acting or something like that. Burrow, I mean, he's a handsome guy, right?
The
Nice clean
modeling
face,
suit, I mean,
modeling. Yeah, he could do something.
he was at the what is it? The Met Gala, right? I think he was walking it there this year. So, I mean, you can definitely do a lot of things. I'll tell you this though.
Mm,
Speaking of cutthroat, you not to get too much back into football, but to get back into football,
yeah.
if the Ravens were to extend Lamar, that opens up a whole lot of cap space for this year. There is a certain free agent on that Bengals team who we can really be cutthroat and take one of them and bring him over to the purple and black, and he fits in the spot that we could use. And that's Trey Hendrickson. Just throwing that out there.
But he's about to get a surgery though. We don't know how that's gonna go for him.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is true. But I would take him here in Baltimore for the right price. Haven't had one of him in a
Yeah,
while.
I would. I would. You're right. You're right. Okay. Let's get into our Purple Rain preview. So of course we always start off the Purple Rain preview with the I word report. Alex, do you have us?
Oh, I have it. We're gonna
All
start
right.
off here with the Cincinnati Bengals. Speaking of Trey Hendrickson, he is probably out for the year. Didn't practice, but he's going on the IR. Only player that did not practice for them is PJ Jules, their safety. Outside of that, everybody was limited or full. T. Higgins, keep your eye on with the concussion. From a strictly human point of view, I mean, that's your second concussion in like a month. To play this game would be a little dumb, in my opinion, but who am I to say? But right now, they're showing him as limited. Not sure if he's going to play. T. Higgins, that is. One of the Ravens, everybody practiced today except Corey Bullock. It was a personal day. Lamar didn't practice yesterday strictly for rest. I'm pretty sure we all know that, but he was full today. Bateman and
Yeah.
Andrews were limited. Andrews with a glute, Bateman with the ankle. Expect them to play. Uh, so we're looking, pretty healthy for the most part. Everybody's practicing or limited, so that's good to see. So the I words really shouldn't have too much of an impact on this game. I'm hoping.
Yeah. I was talking to Coach and the guys on Ravens Roundup earlier this week, and isn't it like so ironic? I mean, I'm super glad that most of the team is relatively healthy, but isn't it kind of ironic how like the only position group that has not sustained like any I words at all is the offensive line? Like that's the only one,
You
and they're
know,
the worst. They're just healthy and ass. Like,
I
like
saw
it's just
I saw a
crazy.
tweet. I saw a tweet, and it was like the worst players on your team never get hurt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it couldn't be more true, or it's like every coach has, like, that one bum they're obsessed with. I know for my soccer team it's true. I know for the Ravens it's true. They had that one player, they're just obsessed with them and keep playing them. And you don't see, but yes, that is 100% true. They are fully healthy on that line, and then whenever somebody does get banged up, it's like it's Stanley. No, it's one of the useful players on the line, not the other two. Yeah, yeah. But right now, the Ravens are looking pretty healthy. Bengals looking healthy, kind of like we were on that Thanksgiving game. Hendrickson's out. T. Higgins could be out. Same exact just storylines to that. So are we going to respond this time and win? We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I don't think that T. Higgins should play. Like you said, from a human perspective, you're in and out of concussion protocol, man. Like, the season is a wash. There's really no point. There's really no use in going out there and risking it again against a gotta have it Ravens team, divisional opponent who you're gonna have the likes of Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith flying around trying to take your head off. Yeah, probably not. Probably sit this one out. And I'm not even saying that as a Ravens fan who doesn't want to see T. Higgins, because I'm sure Jamar Chase will be plenty. Right? He was on Thanksgiving. What did Jamar Chase have on Thanksgiving? Like a 121 or something like that? No touchdowns, but I think he had like a $120 on his receiving yards wise, and he was trouble. He was trouble. Let me go through some comments here in the live chat. Shout out to everybody watching live. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the channel as well. This is the Purple Rain Podcast. We're your host, Sutton Def and Simply AS10. Before we move along here with our Purple Rain previewing this Browns game. Let me see. Shelly Shells is healthy and ass for sure. A whole lot of ass. A 2-pack of ass. Yeah. A 5-pack, actually. Counting all of them as a unit.
Yeah.
But okay. Let's go ahead and get into the next part of our Purple Rain preview here, which is going to be the edge. Who has the edge in this matchup, right? Is it the Ravens, or
keep doing this?
Is it the Bengals, and where?
Let's
get this Joe Burrow thing out of here first, because we don't need.
I've been through a lot, and
just depression all on the screen again.
Just the depression, right? But here we go. The edge, right? Who has the edge in this matchup? Is it the Ravens? Is it the Bengals? Now, take this with a grain of salt, because these stats looked very, very similar pre-Thanksgiving. And we even told you guys, like, hey, when it comes to these divisional matchups, a lot of the stats go out of the window. But for your viewing purposes and for context purposes, we will have them here on the screen. And just to run through it really quick, the Bengals defense is ass, ranking damn near dead last in most major categories, ranking almost dead last rushing versus light boxes, overall rushing efficiency, pass versus play action, design runs, and rushing outside the tackles. The Bengals defense is ass at defending all of that. Okay. So the Ravens have the edge there in those categories. Take it to the Ravens defense, right? Where the Bengals have an edge over the Ravens defense is rushing inside the tackles, which the Bengals offense is ranked number 5 in, and the Ravens defense is ranked number 25th in defending, rushing inside the tackles, and then also pressure rate as well. And this one has been an issue all season long. The Baltimore Ravens cannot get pressure. We saw it last week against Aaron Rodgers, and this was my fear, ended up coming to fruition, that Aaron Rodgers was going to have all day back there to make whatever happen, whenever, however he wanted to. And that's exactly what happened. We got no sacks. There were times where he was evading pressure, and we made him look like discount double check Rodgers. So what do we think Joe Burrow, who just got done doing this to us 2 weeks ago, Thanksgiving, what do we think is going to happen? Again, this could be one of those shootout games that the Ravens narrowly lose. I could totally see that, like a 32-27 type game, something like that. But when you look at these stats here, these breakdowns, obviously the Ravens have most of the advantage when it comes to the numbers. But when you look at these, what do you take away? And what are our keys to victory to win?
I get angry once again from the Thanksgiving game, because we let this defense get 5 turnovers on us. Does that not piss you off too? Like, I'm genuinely like blood boiling over it. Like, we let them look competent. We let them look great. Not even that great. Like, if you're not a Raven, like if you're not an NFL fan and you watch that game, let's say you're at Thanksgiving and they have this on and you're like, oh wow, like the Bengals defense is really good. No, they're the worst in the league. But the Make-A-Wish Ravens let them look that good. I just don't get it. But keys, man, can you show me something against an elite or above average quarterback? Because we talked about it last episode. When we've played an above average quarterback, we've been awful defensively. Can't get turnovers. Can't stop them. can't get you a big stop. What is it? What is it? And if we weren't playing the Mike Tomlin Steelers, who kind of just let every other team get back into it, it could have been like the Bengals game all over again. But thankfully, they lack an offensive identity. But I'll let you talk real quick.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I know, I agree. You got to show me something against one of these quarterbacks who are just competent, right? I mean, the most impressive win that the Ravens have this year is against the Chicago Bears, right? Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears. That's not impressive at all. You know, considering Caleb Williams is still going through growing pains and becoming a professional NFL level caliber quarterback. But against Joe Burrow and Aaron Rodgers, like you just mentioned, they tore us apart. So what I would want to see in this game, from the defense specifically, and maybe this isn't a key to victory, but this is something that I would just like to see a little bit more. I guess it could be a key too, though. I want to see us not sacrifice the back end of our defense so easily. You know, I don't want to see a bunch of DB blitzes, you know, bring in 6 and 7 guys. I want to see, and I want to force somebody on the outside to get home and step up, right? Now, that will put a little bit more pressure on our secondary, but I think our secondary can handle it. Our secondary is relatively healthy right now, actually very healthy right now. Marlon Humphrey's healthy. I know he hasn't been the best this year, but he's still a good option for us. He probably won't be on Chase the entire game. They're going to throw different looks at him, but Nate Wiggins is there. Of course, he's our best corner. Chidobe Awuzie, who's turning back the clocks and really, really having a nice year. He says that playing chess has been a big part of his success and why he's kind of bounced back as a football player and why he knows where to be. He's been really good. Alohi Gilman's been good for us as well. And Ardarius Washington might come in and play that nickel corner position because Harbaugh said that was possible to see him in, you know, that role. So I want to see the DBs cover, right? But most importantly, I need to see somebody get after Burrow and make him uncomfortable with a 4 to 5 man rush. That's really all it's going to boil down to, because if you cannot prove that you can do that in one of these last couple of games in the season, what faith should I have in you in the playoffs when every single quarterback is going to be more than competent? When every single defense, I mean, they got some of the best pass rushes in the AFC right now. Broncos, Texans, Chargers. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy going up against some of these better teams. So I need to see right here and now that you can shut down a good quarterback and take their offense off the field. You know, that's really what it boils down to for me.
I mean, couldn't have said it better. And I tell you this, when you bring up the defensive pass rush, if 90 is on the field, you're down a man.
Get Ojabo off the damn team, please.
I have a conspiracy theory, and I don't think it's conspiracy. I think he's only being kept for a comp pick, if you can get one from him. What has he shown us all year?
Nothing.
And I mean, I would have taken him getting released and Carl Lawson on the active roster, but I'm not sure what happened with that. I don't get it. I'm hoping when Tavius gets back, maybe Tavius takes Ojabo snaps. But it's the pass rush. If you can get home with 4, we have enough talent in the back end to cause those turnovers. Nate Wiggins can he can catch the ball. He found his hands this year. Hamilton, I trust him. Malachi Starks, we saw he can be a center fielder back there. But when you have to bring all these guys, of course there's gonna be one-on-one matchups. You know, I don't want to get too mad about it, but I'm really frustrated that we keep on giving these bum snaps. You know, he should not be playing for us right now. It's what, year 4, and you're still giving this guy 10 to 12 snaps a game, and he's getting no rush, and he's getting stonewalled every single effing play. It just is. It is frustrating, but
it's mad.
Dre Jones, Mike Green, I got to see you finish it. You know, we're getting deep in the rookie year. I feel like I want to get a little bit more on Rodgers last week, and somebody else could have cleaned it up. Travis Jones got the payday. Let me get a sack this week from you. But we talked about investing in the D-line. You know, guys like John Jenkins, I don't really want to see him back next year. Corey brings up Peebles can rush from the inside. Peebles can pass rush, which we really could use right now, but he'll be a healthy scratch along with Tez Walker. Guys we could use. But we'll get caught, fans for wanting to play those guys and hyping them up. And we've seen them both. One with Peebles get a rush inside on a pass, and Tez Walker stretch the field downfield. When you throw it his way, most of the time good things happen or he's open. But and then for me, I thought about this, like, who should I pick? Because I feel like the Ravens can win this game, but I've been banking on them getting better on the line.
Yeah.
And It just simply hasn't happened. And it's never going to happen, I feel like. I've kind of just lost all faith. I was talking about it at my job today, just kind of about the Ravens game. Like, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to have red zone on this computer and the game on the TV. And I'm going to focus more, hopefully, on red zone than the game because I will get just less frustrated. Because watching this line and watching Lamar run for his life, evade sacks when he's clearly broken down, foot, ankle, hamstring, it just pisses me off. It does.
Yeah. And Alex, hold on, get this. I don't know if you heard earlier this week, John Harbaugh said that we're not going to see any more Emory Jones. Like, that's done.
So let's add him to the list. It's Tez Walker, Peebles, and Emory Jones. Two of them rookies from this year's class. Which is why when we talk about, we missed Puka Nacua, he wouldn't have done shit here. He would have been a gunner on special teams.
Yeah.
He would have had like 2 or 3 targets. That's it.
Would have never unlocked them.
And that's to another point, sack this guy. Let this guy go coach Michigan. I'm done with him because stuff like this, like we're at the point where anything can happen. Just start throwing stuff at the wall, and Emory Jones at the line could be something you throw at the wall and it sticks. Peebles getting more snaps could stick, but you'll never know.
You'll never know. I mean, because again, stubborn Harbs, and I guess that kind of speaks to the culture around the entire organization right now. I mean, you see stubbornness, a lack of willing to move off of their original spot when they realize that they were wrong. I mean, you see a lack of accountability in the culture with guys not going to the podium after games. Guys like you mentioned, Daniel Falele leaving the locker room with his shirt off so he doesn't have to talk to the media. It's a lot. It's a shit show in Baltimore right now. It's a shit show, and I think that they definitely could benefit from a culture reset. Now, I mean, we talked about it, I think, last episode or maybe the episode before last. What would it take in terms of like an outcome or result for this season in order for Harbaugh to get fired? I mean, is it going to take for the Ravens to just miss the playoffs completely? Because I think if the Ravens make the playoffs, then there is no way, shape, or form. There's no way in hell that Steve Bisciotti is going to justify, firing John Harbaugh if they make the playoffs at this point after starting off 1-5. But if they make the playoffs but if they don't make the playoffs, rather, do you think that it is at all possible that Steve Bisciotti says, all right, it's time to move on? Is it at all possible that Steve is ready to move on if the Ravens don't make the playoffs?
I think so. I saw guys online, talking about there were reports that Bisciotti had high expectations this year. I mean, for Pete's sake, we were the betting favorite for Super Bowl.
That's true.
It gets to a point where how many more disappointments, how many more letdowns do you have to have before it changes?
But there's the excuses, though, Alex.
And there is.
I mean, exactly. Lamar was out, 4 or 5 games, something like that. What's the other one? I mean, we lost Nnamdi Madubuike and the Steelers. We got cheated by the refs and all this other stuff. So I just think that there's going to be benefit of the doubt given to John Harbaugh from Steve Bisciotti, and it's unfortunate because I think John Harbaugh feels like his job is super safe right now, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So
to push back, I mean, we were leading the AFC North. If that's what John wants to say, I'm like, you had the AFC North. You had the division in your hands. You had back-to-back division games at home. Thanksgiving, Bengals, then the Steelers. And you just lost and just, I don't know, man. I don't know how he can defend it. I see Corey says Steve will only make a change when he sees empty seats in the stadium. Yep. I'll tell you this, man. I've been to over 20 Ravens games. I have not felt more lifeless at one than the Texans game this past year. It was a beautiful day out, high 70s, beautiful September day. But that game was lifeless. It was absolutely just poor. I mean, the fans weren't into it. And why should you? The Lamar wasn't there. You're getting blown out at halftime. But you saw the seats were all empty. And until, that continues to happen, a change won't be made. I'm not saying to not go to games. We have one more home game left. I'll be there, unfortunately, at the Patriots game. But if there's no change made, the only way that he'll make a change is if his pockets are hurting. And I don't think that'll happen, within this time period.
No, not at all. I mean, as long as you can sell Lamar jerseys, right, and
Yep.
and Lamar will get butts and seats, which he obviously will, then he's going to be fine. He's going to be in the green with this franchise. So, as you can see, Alex, the line for this game is 2.5. The Ravens are favored by 2.5 points here, and that is coming from DraftKings. So let's get into a score prediction. Who do you think is going to win this game, and what do you think the final score is going to be? And for those of you guys who are watching live right now, make sure you put it down below in the live chat, your score prediction for this game. And if you're part of the hashtag replay gang, leave it down below in the comments. But Alex, we come to you first. Who wins, and what's the score?
I want to believe these players have a killer mentality. Haven't really seen it for the most part this year. 27-24 Ravens.
And see, I would love that. I would love that. Unfortunately, I am going to go 32-27 Bengals in this one. I do see the Ravens dropping it, unfortunately. The only reason I see them dropping this game is because of what happened last time out. The Ravens' pass defense was not able to stop Joe Burrow when it mattered. They were not able to get pressure on Joe Burrow when it mattered, and that ultimately did us in. So I am going to go 32-27 Bengals in this one. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe it's a little bit of reverse psychology here, but yeah, man, I'm gonna go Bengals in a close one.
Yeah, and if I'm a Ravens player, like you can go into, you gotta right your wrong from Thanksgiving. You can end their season at their home stadium. For me as a competitor, I would love that. And Ty brings us up. They gave us 2 more primetime games. Like they want to see us just implode. I feel like on national television, Sunday night on NBC, and then Saturday night on Peacock against the Packers. Like you just want to watch us just fall apart in live TV. It sucks, man. Like I'm dreading the primetime games. I'm dreading the Packers one because I don't want it. I'm just dreading it. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
2 more primetime games.
it's really a humiliation ritual. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
They just want to embarrass us on live TV as much as humanly possible. Whatever. Maybe next year, maybe next season, they won't give us a super hard game, like a super tough game, in week 1 against one of the league's best teams. Maybe we can get a little
1 p.m.
layup. Yeah, a
1
little 1 p.m. layup, right? We deserve one of those. It's been a long time since we've gotten that in week
What's his
1.
name? Spiro on the call, like the third tier, like
Yeah.
PBS crew. You don't get
Yeah,
Ian,
why not?
don't get Jim, you get
Give us
Spiro.
like the Jets. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
With like,
Sounds like a good deal.
yeah, who would their quarterback be next year? Will it be Kyler, his first game or something?
It could be Kyler, and that's actually on the table now that I think about it. It could be Kyler. They might draft. You never know. You
True.
never know.
True.
But so that is our score prediction and our Purple Rain preview.
Mhm.
Of course, we're going to get into our Purple Rain parlay segment in a little bit here, which we actually did cash last week, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, make sure you stay tuned for that because we're going to have another good one. We're going to cook up another good one, 3-leg parlay for you guys. So that's the Purple Rain parlay segment soon. But before we get into that, we have our Purple Rain picks segment, which is one of my favorite segments of the show. Of course, before we get into it, I got to tell you how we did last week. NFL Week 14, we went, let me pull it up here. I have the numbers. So Simply went 6 for 14 last week, hitting 43% of his picks. I went 9 for 14 last week, hitting 64%. So Simply, you had a little bit of a down week.
It's the same team screw me every week. It's the Buccaneers. They screw me. It's those type of games that they screw me. The
I think
Chiefs.
the Colts screwed you too.
Oh, the Chiefs, man. They
Yeah.
screwed me.
Yep.
But it's fine.
And the Eagles.
Yeah, I did take
Yeah.
them. It's fine. It's a new week. I'm feeling good. I like the
Okay.
slate. I think this is the week. I get 80%. Don't quote me, but I already have a little bet in FanDuel with kind of some money lines, some spreads. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good this week.
All right. Cool. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our Purple Rain pick segment.
Yes. Purple rain picks. Woo! Starting off tonight, Thursday night football. Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know I said they screw me, but I'm taking the Buccaneers once again. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I am also going to take the Bucks over the Falcons. I think it's going to be a big game for Bucky Irving in this one. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, and then the Ravens Bengals, obviously. The Bengals out of the Ravens. Raiders Eagles. Kenny Pickett against his old team. Eagles screwed me last week. They're going to right their wrongs this week. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Eagles to bounce back in a big way over the basically just packing it in Raiders. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah. Hey, John, I mean, you could be the Raiders head coach next year if Pete Carroll goes. I mean, that'd be a good spot for you.
Yeah.
Texans, Cardinals. Good luck, Jacoby Brissett. Texans in this one.
Texans, one of the best pass rushers in the league. It's really a no-brainer for me. Give me Houston.
This one, man. Chargers and the Chiefs. 9-4 Chargers, man. 6-7 Chiefs. That's not right. It's not right, but it's fine because the Chiefs, for me, will bounce back and be 500 after this week.
You know, I went against the Chiefs last week, but I am going to pick the Chiefs to win this week in a close one. I'm going to take the Chiefs to beat the Chargers. I think that their defense stands up just tall enough to squeak out a win, but I am going to take the Chargers plus 5.5, though.
That's the spread? Ooh.
Yeah, it's 5.5.
All right, Bills and Patriots. This, to me, game of the week right here. Patriots are at home, could win the AFC East against the reigning champion for however many years, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be a good game. The way the Bills have looked, though, been kind of scary. I'm going to take the Bills to spoil celebrations a little too early. Bills over the Patriots.
And I am going to take the Patriots in this game over the Bills. And the reason why I say so, I think it's going to be a very, very close one down to the end. But I think that the difference is you're going to see the Bills turn the football over and the Patriots at home ride that momentum to a maybe a 3-point, 4-point win, one possession win. But give me the Patriots in a close one.
Okay. Jets and Jags. Give me the Jags.
Give me the Jags, baby.
Commanders and Giants. This is going to be a weird one. Marcus Mariota starting for the Commanders against Jackson Dart and the Giants. Give me the Giants just off of vibes.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Giants. I mean, the Commanders, their defense is completely, I mean, both teams' defense is ass. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But the Commanders just feel like there are no vibes. We talk about low vibes, high vibes. I don't think there are any vibes at all in Washington. So let me take the Giants by a touchdown.
And, you mentioned the money line for one team, the spread for the other. Bears money line, Browns spread.
Okay. Bears money line, Browns spread. I picked the, let me see. Where did I have this one? Oh, yeah, I picked the Bears in this one. I picked the Bears to go ahead and squeak out a W. I think it'll be closer than we expect. Mm-hmm. I do have the Bears, and like you said, the Cleveland spread for sure, 7.5.
You mentioned closer than expected. Saints and Panthers. I think the way the Saints have kind of had a new juice under the new quarterback, Tyler Shuck, I think they'll drop this game against the Panthers, but I think this one will be closer than expected. I do have the Panthers beating the Saints, though.
Yes, I also have the Panthers over the Saints. The Panthers aren't going to allow all that QB scrambling that was allowed last week to the Saints and Tyler Shuck, who had 2 rushing touchdowns. Panthers are 4th best defense in the league defending QB scrambles, so good luck with that this week. I'll take the Panthers.
Here we go. Another good game. Lions and the Rams. Love my boy Goff, but there's a reason why they traded him, and I have the Rams. This will be a high-scoring game. Give me like 38-35 Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to take Rams over the Lions in this one, but I will take the Lions plus 6 to cover the spread. But yeah, I'll take the Rams.
Here we go. Colts and Seahawks in Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Mr. 44, Phillip Rivers. He's back. He's somehow back. He might start this game. That's cool and all. Seahawks by like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I mean, listen, man.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald is about to have that old man in hell. I'm telling you, bro. And he's got a noodle arm at this point. I mean, he had a noodle arm before he left the league in 2020.
Yep.
So what do you think he's going to look like now? You know, and I know he's been resting up the shoulders. He's probably been holding his grandkids a little bit. So I don't know how much healing he has got to that shoulder, his throwing arm. But I don't see him really doing too much. Whatever his under is on passing yards, I'm probably going to take that. But give me Seattle in this one.
152.5.
I'll take the under. I'm gonna take the under.
I was like looking, it's like plus 1,500 for 300 yards for him. I'm like, just don't even donate your money. Just
because Alex,
just hold on.
Right, and I'm just thinking that, like, you know, he's not gonna be able to make some of those just routine throws that he was used to making in like the prime of his career, or even towards the back half of his career. I mean, because this is like real game speed that he hasn't experienced in what, half a decade almost.
Yeah,
you know, so it's gonna feel different, and I don't think he's gonna be able to hit the easy one. So I'll take the under on 152.5 passing yards for Philip Rivers.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I know it's fantasy playoffs starting right now. Tyler Warren owners, I'm sorry if he doesn't get the targets. Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, I'm not sure what they're going to look like. I think the only way he hits it over is if 5-yard, 10-yard throws and a lot of yak, but I just can't see that happening under a Mike McDonald defense. Moving on now, another great 425 game. Packers and Broncos in Denver. Give me the Broncos in this one. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Packers really haven't impressed me that much, but I think the Broncos defense will hold them.
Pretty fairly even matched teams here. I am going to take the Packers to beat the Broncos by a touchdown. As a matter of fact, I think that, you know, the Broncos do have a really good pass rush, but the Packers and Jordan Love specifically, top 10 in the league versus pressure, number 1 in the league versus the blitz. And I think that the back end of that defense will get exposed a little bit for the Broncos. So give me the Packers.
Okay. Titans, 49ers, San Francisco for me.
Yeah, give me the 49ers all the way.
Sunday Night Football, Vikings, Cowboys in Dallas. Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys for sure. I mean, the Cowboys defense still struggles, and I know that the Vikings are riding high off a 31-0 just shutout over the Commanders. We both picked the Commanders last week, by the way. Me, you, and Ryan from the Flock Rundown. Yeah. Shout out to him. But I guess we learned our lesson on that one. That's why I said there's no vibes with that team. But in this game, I'm going to take Dallas. I think that their offense is just going to be a little bit too much for Minnesota. Give me the Cowboys.
And here, Dolphins, Steelers in Acrisure. I'm taking the Dolphins to win this one. This is a complete letdown game for Pittsburgh. I've seen it happen many times before. Dolphins have a new life in them. I think they're going to do it. Give me the Dolphins.
I am going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I think that they kind of get things going, and they continue their success through the air with DK Metcalf that they started last week against the Ravens. You know, the defense is going to have to step up, especially if no TJ Watt, but I do think that they win this game relatively comfortably. I'd give them a touchdown as well, to be honest with you. Give me the Steelers.
And there you have it. Your week 15 NFL picks. And now, shall we make some money? Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's time to make some money, man. This is going to be our Purple Rain Parlay segment. Let's get into it.
All right, so we have the Ravens and the Bengals back-to-back cashes for us two here. So we started off pretty bad, but we have been heating up. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling another green bean today. Like you said, Ravens are 2.5 favorites, 2.5-point favorites, minus 146 money line, over under spread at 51.5. And first and foremost, please gamble responsibly, like you see right there. So I'm going to go through some just props right now. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown score, minus 195. Zay Flowers at plus 175. We say this week in, week out. Do not bite. It is not worth it. He has 1 touchdown all year. That is horrific odds for a guy with 1 touchdown. Yeah. Horrific.
Hell no.
Yeah.
What did you say the rushing yards were?
Rushing yards. We'll have Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, and Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry, 88.5. Chase Brown, 49.5. Lamar Jackson, 33.5. And Samaje P. Ryan, 27.5.
I definitely like the Henry over this week. I love it. Bengals defense is not good against the run. Number 2, their linebackers look lost out there. It's more so in coverage, but their linebackers haven't been very good. I feel like he could definitely burst into the second level on maybe 1 or 2 plays. He could satisfy this in, maybe first half if he gets 1 or 2 big runs, which I can see happening for sure against this Bengals defense. So yeah, I'll definitely take over, what'd you say, 88.5?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take that for sure. If you're
Okay.
good with it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Receiving yards, Jamar Chase, 91.5. Zay Flowers, 68.5. Mark Andrews, 39.5. I'm staying away from him. Isaiah Likely, 37.5. Rashad Bateman, 18.5. D-Hop, 15.5. Chase Brown, 19.5. Derrick Henry, 9.5. Annoys me there's no Yoshi Boss. I would have definitely liked to dabble with his odds. I do like him a lot, unfortunately. I think he'll probably have 2 to 3 catches, 40 to 50 yards. I would have taken his over, but his lines aren't out yet. So that's what we got.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Between these 3 guys, receiving yards, who do you like best? Likely over 37.5, Hopkins over 15.5, or Henry over 9.5. All 3 of those I feel like are pretty viable options.
Yeah.
Which one of those do you like the best?
I think Likely gets his in like two catches. I think Lamar rolls out. I think the line collapses and Likely plays backyard football, finds a way open. Could be a 30-yard catch right there.
Fair. You also did hear John Harbaugh say this week that he wants to get D-Hop more involved. We did hear about that. So, I mean, I like both of them. I feel like the Likely line at 37.5 is pretty perfectly set by Vegas. I was banking on it being like maybe like a good 31, you know what I mean? Something like that, something generous. Because for most of the season, it's been around like the 20, 24, 27, somewhere in there. But he's been picking it up past couple of weeks. But you think he gets it easily. But then you also have Derrick Henry, who's only really going to have 2 attempts at it. So I'd rather chase the volume. Likely is not going to have... in terms of volume, who gets the ball the most, I definitely could see Likely. So I think you're convincing me here. How many yards did he have last week, Likely?
Gotcha, real quick.
I think he might have had like 50s, in the 50s, something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
He had 25. 4 catches, 25 yards. Now, does he clear it with that touchdown? I'm not too...
Well, what's his receptions? What are the receptions looking like?
Great point. 3.5. He's gone over this the past 2 games.
Okay. I might like the receptions.
I like the receptions more. It's plus 138.
Ooh, yeah. It looks like he's been intentional about getting him the ball. I already know Lamar's going to want to help Likely bounce back and get his confidence and rhythm back, especially after last week. And of course, the week before too. I think they keep going to him. Let's take the over 3.5 catches for Isaiah Likely.
I like it. I think he'll get like a short screen type of play, make a guy miss as well. There's 1 catch right there, and I think he'll get the other 3 throughout the game. Some passing props for you. Lamar's line's at 1.5 touchdowns. Burrow is at 2.5. The passing yards, Burrow at 259.5. Lamar at 233.5. Which that Lamar line's kind of high. I'll be honest with you.
It is a little high.
I'm weird about betting unders. Though. I'm weird about that.
I am too. What is it about that? What is it about not wanting to?
You're rooting for him to not have. I mean, not per se have a good game because he's put up 5 touchdowns and like 210 yards, but you're rooting against him. I feel like, especially for my team, I don't want to take unders.
And plus, another thing with unders, you have to wait all the way until the very, very end for it to cash. Whereas, you pick the under, they can go over in the first quarter and it's sweat free the rest of the game. So I get that, but yeah, I don't really want to. We took the under on his touchdowns last week, Lamar Jackson, and that hit. Our red zone offense has been struggling. I don't want to do it.
What about touchdowns? You feel anybody score a touchdown this week?
Anytime touchdown scores, I know the Henry odds are going to be too, Keaton, That's an anchor right there. Keaton
That's
touchdown. If that happened, that's an anchor. It's automatically a lotto if we put in a
that's
Keaton
plus
touchdown.
380. Yeah. You know, I'm not saying light bill as a straight, but I'm saying light bill. I can see Collard. You know, everybody loses the fat white guy. I can see him having one of them again. Uh,
You got to get one more safe leg. I mean,
yeah,
I really don't like betting on anytime touchdowns though, Alex, because certain guys can get scripted out too easily. It feels like, and
true.
again with our red zone offense struggling, it's just tough for me to take anytime touchdowns. But so that leaves us with. So we already did receptions. We did rushing yards, receiving yards.
By Lamar 1.5 says Mike M. Flock gang. Whew.
Lamar over 1.5 touchdowns.
Then go man. Lamar has the best games in Cincy. Let me look up Lamar last year in Cincy.
Tila says Andrews. Respectfully, no. Respectfully, Tila.
Yeah,
he's banned. Andrews is on the ban list right now. He is.
I don't care if he just got engaged. His fiance's on the ban list too. That's how I feel.
For sure.
So Lamar put up 348 last year, 4 touchdowns against them. We won 41-38 in OT. In 2023, what was that, week 2 against them? It was 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 54 rushing yards, and we won 27-24.
Real quick, I'm thinking now that you mentioned these 4 touchdowns from Lamar Jackson. What are the odds on over 1.5 for Lamar Jackson touchdowns?
Minus 136.
I would have liked it a little lower.
If we take that, it takes us to a plus 581.
Okay. Do you like that?
I love it.
All right. We can take it. We do have a super chat donation coming in from DWAS here. Shout out to DWAS dropping the 2-piece in the chat, giving us very, very important information. We got to start paying attention to this stuff now. Like seriously, Brad Allen is the referee on Sunday for the Ravens game. Yeah, so that's a name to look out for. Or really not even Brad Allen. I'm really just concerned about the dark shadowy figures, the football gods in New York who can change the outcome of a game with a phone call, so. But thank you, DWAS. We appreciate your super chat donation. Any notables from Brad Allen?
DWAS knows how I feel about Brad Allen. I have a shit list. Okay. Brad Allen has been on it since 2020. He hasn't gotten off of it. He's a little weasel. I can't stand him. Cannot stand him.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, watch out for him, man. This guy.
But why though?
So it started in 2020. He had the Ravens-Steelers game when he threw out Judon for fighting when Deontay Johnson started it. And ever since then we had him, there's always one really suspect call when Brad Allen is the referee. It's probably just me reaching. But yeah, this guy's been on the list for 5 years, man. He ain't getting off of it.
Another key to victory for the Ravens: keep your emotions in check. This week. Keep your emotions in check, because we do not want this guy ruining our game because somebody got frustrated, whatever, So, but thank you again for your super chat donation, DWA. So you said that puts us our lay at what, plus 581?
Yeah, and then Mike M. Flock for over 2.5, it is going to be plus 270 for 3 passing touchdowns.
How about we do a 2-leg lotto?
I'm cool with that. So let me say this. So real quick, here's our 3-leg purple rain parlay that we've gone 2 for 2 the past 2 weeks. Derrick Henry over 88.5 rushing yards. Isaiah Likely over 3.5 receptions, and Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, hopefully one of those likely receptions is a Lamar passing touchdown, right?
I love it.
I love that.
Why not the first series be likely driven? 3 catches, just kind of scripted around him. I'd take it.
Yeah, I'd take it too. I love that. Plus 581. That's not bad odds at all for a parlay like that. I mean, they're going to feed Derrick Henry, right? Bengals defense is not the greatest, especially that second level. If Derrick Henry sees them, he's going to eat. Like I mentioned, Lamar Jackson, he's due. He is so overdue for a multi-touchdown passing game. I mean, this is just unprecedented. It's it never happens. I mean, we're used to Lamar Jackson throwing a baseline of 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, right, per game.
Yep.
So I definitely think that in this one, he has a good opportunity to go ahead and reach that line, especially with how good this Bengals offense is with Joe Burrow. I feel like we might have to throw a little bit more in certain cases. Henry, again, like I said, he could hit that line easily. And then the third one was who again? Isaiah Likely, the receptions. Isaiah Likely
Yeah.
receptions. 4
You
receptions. We need him to get some early though.
Yes.
What's up?
And you mentioned Lotto.
Yeah.
2-leg Lotto. I know you're thinking about it. Thinking about 1 leg. So what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we talked about anytime touchdowns. I like them for lotto plays.
Okay.
You know, Keaton Mitchell, you said is plus what?
380.
Plus 380. He says he's good to go. He says the next time he gets, even with somebody in the open field, he's leaving him. He's going to score a touchdown. Something was just wrong with his knee. They're going to put him in the game. I mean, they were purposely trying to work him in the first half against the Steelers last week, and it was working, obviously. I could see a Keaton touchdown. What are you thinking, though?
I can see it too. Scored against them last game.
Yeah.
They couldn't control him when he went outside. Zay Flowers pancaked this guy. Walk-in touchdown.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll throw it in there.
All right. Who else you got, though, for the lotto?
Let's see.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. I felt it coming. We thinking touchdown. We thinking receiving props. What we thinking? Anything?
I mean, receiving props. Let's look at the receiving props.
He's staring at. He's staring at me.
Rashad Bateman.
He's staring at me.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that too. You can get some really good value on a Bateman 50 plus yards. I don't know, 40 plus.
50 plus is plus 470.
Whew.
30
That's
plus
one big
plus,
play.
yeah, 30 plus is plus 182, which I'm gonna take straight. Just letting you know, I'm gonna play that just singularly by itself.
Okay. Like that. I like that.
He should have had 3 catches last week. Let's be real, and he dropped it. And I think good things happen to those who are accountable. And he owned it like a man. I respect it. Unlike one Minnesota former player who walked away. But looking at his line, I like 30 to 40 yards for him. It's a lotto for a reason. Let us be delusional.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I like it. I mean, Keaton Mitchell touchdown. Rashad Bateman, you said his line or 30 plus or alternate. What are we doing?
I'm doing alternate 30 plus.
Alternate 30 plus. Okay. Rashad Bateman 30 plus yards. Keaton Mitchell touchdown. And that brings you to what?
Plus 1,036.
There we go. That's a lotto right there. It's got to be 1,000 and up to be a lotto. Yeah. I love that. Okay. I mean, because again, man, Keaton Mitchell, he could get that ball. And like you said, on the outside, I don't see them containing him. In the chat, I see Mog says Charlie Kohler for a 10-yard touchdown. Go Man says Mark is due. Tila says D-Hop touchdown.
Hear me out. Just like, what if like Mark, Likely, and Kolar all got a touchdown in the same game? Like, just imagine that.
I can't imagine the odds on that.
Let me see real quick. This is where like the voices start talking to you. Like, oh, well, what?
Right. What? Exactly.
Oh, man.
Exactly. You throw a little $5 on it.
Plus 14,000.
Yeah. That's one of those. I wouldn't do it because it's just,
it's not gonna happen.
That's damn near impossible. But yeah, so I like our 3-leg parlay for this week. I like our lotto this week as well. So that is going to be our Purple Rain parlay segment. And as always, like we say, please gamble responsibly. Okay. So this has been another wonderful episode of the Purple Rain podcast, episode 359 of PRP. Apologize for everybody who was in here at the very beginning of the show. We had some technical difficulties. I'll try to cut that out, crop that out on YouTube, even though it might take like a day or so. It's annoying. But again, appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new and you did enjoy the content you just consumed. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok at the Purple Rain Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. You can also follow Alex over here on Twitter at SimplyAS10, on Instagram at SimplyAS10.prod. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And with that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out.
Yeah, thank you for coming through to episode 359 of the Purple Rain Podcast. Hopefully, still on a victory Monday with the Ravens season still alive. If not, in Baltimore, we will be turning our eyes to the Orioles, unfortunately, who actually are making some free agency moves. So, I'm not too mad about that. But yeah,
I'm turning my eyes to the World Cup.
hey, actually, tickets are so. Not to take too much time, the draw is open, so you can submit your name. There are games being played in Houston, Sutton. So you can submit if you want to go to the game. I'm going to be submitting to go to either Jersey, Boston, or Philly. Completely random draw, but tickets for like the cheapest, like $220.
Okay.
It's an experience you'll never forget. To say you've went to a
Yeah.
World Cup, you can die on that. So I am going to be looking forward to that. USA, I have really high hopes. We had a very easy group. We should be in the knockout rounds. Well, I'll talk about it more as the day goes on, or as time goes on. But yeah, thank you for coming through. We love you. We appreciate you. Yeah, stay positive and test freaking negative.
Yes. And never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. Episode 359 of PRP. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.